Hey there. I'm in Georgia today, and that is very nice. I've been driving out farther here lately with a different company, so I'm getting to see a little bit more of the country and stuff. Just a little bit out, not nothing major. I'm still home on the weekends and sometimes during the week, but today I'm in Georgia and I'm just taking a little walk around while they're loading my trailer. And I started thinking about how inspired I am by people. I'm picking up pine cones. These, can you see them? There. Yes. Georgia pines. But anyway, I was thinking about how, people who are sharing God's word and sharing the truth about God, the shepherds, people who are leading people by the word of God. And it inspires me that they can do that. It's really something that proves to me that God works through us. Not just by that, but that's just what's on my mind right now, because I know that even the shepherds, they experience sorrow, they experience the confusion, the distraction. They get tempted by the enemy also. Just like, I want to say the flock. Okay, the flock gets deceived and the flock gets separated and the flock gets, misled. But the shepherds, they experience the same testing, I would say, because before they were shepherds, they probably came from the flock, most likely. And never thought about that, but that's just a little something that was on my mind, because a lot of the time I feel like I'm just part of the flock, but at the same time I feel like being a shepherd and leading people and in truth and out of the darkness. And it's hard to do that when you're under stress and when you're battling these things yourself. It's hard to help somebody. Well, I guess you could say it's hard, but I mean, we need each other in each other's lives. But we also need to know the truth about God, because He's the one who guides us. And He uses people to guide us through the darkness that comes with living in this world. But for me, it seems like when I get, get busy, I get caught up in the things in my life that's going on, it's hard to lead people. If someone, is being distracted or somebody's being confused, depressed, if you're going through the same thing, it's hard to lead someone out of it, especially when they don't want to be helped. When you desire the prophecy, when you desire to know the things of God, God gives you the privilege and the gift to see good and evil. That's how we learn discernment. We learn to see the difference between the truth and a lie. And we know where the darkness comes from. And so, being a woman, in my views, most of the time I really take to believing that a man should be the one who leads But then you have the Holy Spirit, the feminine nature of God, who's our helper. So this is like, I toil with that more than I should probably, because I like comforting people. But when people don't even know how to be honest with themselves, they don't know how to be honest with others because they most likely don't have anyone that they can be honest with. Sometimes people lie because they don't know how to tell the truth. They don't feel that they can trust others, so they lie. And we go through these things in life where we learn from our mistakes, we learn from others' mistakes, we learn from the bad situations we get in, even bad relationships. Hopefully what I'm hoping to learn is, from a bad relationship, maybe one that's not as strong, and a strong bonded, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Anyway, I don't have one, okay? And I think back to the scripture that says, let God be true and every man a liar. That's like hard to swallow, because then it tends to make me, at the same time makes me not want to trust people. But the fact is that we're not perfect. It makes me trust God even more, that He's going to show me who to trust, because He is good. God is good. God is trustworthy, and God is faithful. And so that's why we can't rely on men. We can't rely on other sources in this world to put our trust in. And the same with me right now at this point in time. I went through, what I thought was good. I was going to share, what I thought was going to be true was this father-daughter relationship that I had been building, and I say I have been building it because God showed me some things, and I experienced some things with my family, with my father, that, I've been misled for a long time. I believed, I guess you could say I believed what I wanted to believe. And so now I'm no longer working with my dad. I haven't spoke to my dad since before Thanksgiving. And, it was very, very hard. But at the same time, I'd rather know the truth than live in a lie like I was doing. I think I was living in a lie. And I was trying to build a relationship with somebody who didn't want to build a relationship. If someone don't want to have a relationship with you, don't force it. Don't force it, because it's harder in the end, when you find out the other person didn't want it. It's not no good, but you can still learn from it. And I still learn from it, and I'm still moving on. I still love my dad, but our relationship is not what I thought it was. And I'm ready to move on from that. And so, I was planning on, a lot of things. I had a lot of plans for my dad and I, and us getting, we worked together for a long time. I wanted to actually bring him into these videos with me, and I wanted him to share some of his knowledge. And he's a very smart man, and he knows a lot. He's got a lot of experience in truck driving, and he's been independent all of his life, and so he's got a lot of good advice. And that's not going to happen now, because our relationship has been severed at the flesh and severed at the soul. And I know God can restore that too, if that's the way it's going to be. But as of right now, I'm leaving it in God's hands, and until then I'm going to just let the Holy Spirit lead me and guide me. And see my truck over here. That's why I'm watching my truck right here, because they're loading my trailer, and when they're done I can leave. So right back here my truck is sitting there in the dock with the red light. So anyway, I just had a lot on my mind, and I really find that it's really refreshing to talk about it, and not just talking about that, but sharing how, God is so good to me. He's so good to us if we just take note of it. If we notice the good things that He's doing in our life, we can actually get through it, and it turns out well. He works through us for our good, even if it's a bad experience. Just try to see the good in it and find the truth, okay? Even though it hurts, and I know this is something this is what I've been going through, basically, is, finding the truth out about things, even if it hurts. Because I'd much rather, because I've experienced it for the last so many years of my life, 20 years, I guess, or more. I've been trying to have a relationship with my dad, who abandoned me and my sister when we were 9, or when I was 9. I didn't get back in his life until I was 16, and when I was 16, I started building a relationship with him, meaning that I went to, pursue the relationship. He didn't come to pursue a relationship with me. I did it myself. I went on my own to try to pursue this, and so anyway, nevertheless, finding out the truth, even if it hurts, which has been my experience, and probably most people don't go to the truth because the truth does hurt. But I'd rather be living in the truth and go on with my life the way that it's meant to be, rather than live in a lie and just go through life lost. I mean, that's what it feels like when someone lies to you, or when someone is not being honest with you. Your life is not going to be complete, because there's darkness in a lie. There's no love in a lie, because honesty to me is the beginning of intimacy. And I think that's something that only God's Spirit knows, and God's Spirit leads us to that kind of truth. And that's what, we got to hold on, we got to trust, because we're going to be led into the darkness. The enemy is going to lead us into darkness, and we have to know the truth and know the light is in us, and be able to trust that and keep moving forward. And I guess that's why I wanted to share this, to encourage the shepherds out there to keep shepherding us flock, because sometimes I feel like I'm still on the ground, I'm not moving as fast as I would like, but it's just tough, but it is better to share it. I like sharing it, how God does help me, how God is faithful to me, and brings me to this place where I need to share it, sharing my testimony, sharing my trust in God and not men, because God is good. And so I don't want to say consider every man a liar, as in not to trust anybody, but when you consider that the only one who can honestly be faithful and true 100% all the time, and that's God, because God is our creator, and He made everything the way it is. He's faithful. Everything He says happens. Everything that goes forth from God is complete. And even though we don't see it right away. So try not to put your trust in men. Trust that God will lead you to the truth. His Spirit lives inside of us. And that's where we get the truth, is from the Spirit of God. And it is good. God is so good to us. So I just wanted to share that. Just let you guys know if you're feeling depressed, like I do sometimes, I get bummed out, I get distracted, I get discouraged and all that. But then when I start talking about this, like right now, this is helping me a lot, because I want other people to know that when you're sharing what God has done for you and how God has brought you out of the darkness or out of your situation, no matter what it is, God will save you. Okay? His Spirit lives inside of us, and we need to learn to listen to that. We need to be disciples. We need to be disciples of the Holy Spirit. You know, that's what happened after the crucifixion. He sent His Spirit to be our helper. Just like Jesus was their helper. Jesus was here helping the disciples. He was teaching them the things of the Father. Teaching them, teaching them how to love one another and not to condemn each other, not to live in the law, to live under His grace, to be transformed, and how to change their mind and how to see that He is good. That's what Jesus did. Jesus showed them. He showed them the way that they could live their lives. And He said, don't be sad because I go. He said, I'm going to the Father so I can send you the helper. And that is much greater. The Spirit, living in the Spirit is much greater than living in the flesh. So always remember that. So seek the things of the Spirit, and definitely seek prophecy, even though it's that's another topic. But for now, I'm just going to leave it there. I think they're done with my truck. I want to get back on the road and spend a little more time with God as I go about the rest of my day. And you guys be safe, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.